might have on the top of your minds.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna let Jack start out, and then let any questions that I have kind of come up throughout the call. I think for me, a question, I can get started since Jack's not here. A question for me is like, based on how much you know about our offer and what we do, how much do you think, I mean, how successful have you seen other school communities with a similar offer in a similar space? We're in health and wellness. We teach people how to become breathwork facilitators. We teach them how to start and grow their wellness business. Curious if you know anybody else in the space that's running a school community and the success that you've seen from them.
Sure. So I'm going to be honest with you guys. Obviously, your industry is going to be much less popular than, let's say, the wealth and the fitness coaches that are on Skool. For example, Jack and I were actually discussing this on our first call. And we went to the Skool games, and if you actually take a look at your guys's your guys's categories, is it health or self improvement that you guys are ranking under right now?
I'm not sure. That would be a question for Jack.
Yeah,
Check it out too.
I think it was health. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't really know many people that are doing what you're doing. I don't think that's gonna determine how successful you are, though. I think the proof of concept in your business and the social media that you guys have as well is enough proof. It's enough evidence. If you're selling a $6,500 program, I assume you could sell a $99 a month program. And I do think that you guys could be successful here. It really just depends on how we go about it, right? And it depends on what strategies we implement. I know that Jack and I discussed webinars, live events, workshops on our first call. And I think that hands down, that's going to be the best way, easiest way for you guys to scale. I was telling Jack, like, in terms of how successful can you be, to win the Skool games, ranking in either the health or the self-improvement categories are very, very easy. That's why I want to pull this up. You see, there's guys making 2,600 in a month and they're ranking. In self-improvement, 2,400 and they're ranking top 5 on the platform. So I'm going to be honest with you.
Top 5?
I'm not actually working with anyone directly who is in your space doing exactly what you guys are doing. But if you're already pulling 50 to 100K a month selling high ticket, it sounds to me like you guys are really just looking to transition more of the business onto Skool, and I don't think that's going to hurt your progress or your growth.
Yeah, so I mean, essentially what we're looking to do is leverage Skool as a place where people could be nurtured to then eventually buy the high ticket. And then we have multiple, offers such as, if we did a $99 a month, we could figure out what we could put in that $99 a month offer. And then if we have something like, yeah, I mean, the free community to leverage it to get more people into the high ticket program, that would be worth it.
100%. And I know that Jack was saying that, it would be nice for you guys to be able to build up some monthly recurring revenue. You charge the $6,500 one time. So, not having to go out and get new clients every month would make sense. But, at the $6,500 price point, I think it's a great idea. Skool is an amazing way to nurture leads. And even if you're like running ads, doing cold outreach, because I know you guys are building out some cold outreach systems as well, posting organic content, driving all that traffic into a free community, and then hosting events inside. It's so simple and streamlined, but it is like one of the most efficient ways to close these high ticket sales.
Okay.
Devin, could you let me in quickly on my laptop? Does it give you an option to let me in? Do I need to maybe leave you?
I don't see anybody requesting. Let's see.
So you see people that are ranked in the Skool games making $2,500 a month recurring?
Yeah, that's reoccurring. But I was honestly just comparing you to like some of the people that are ranking in the same category as you. I'm not sure if you're familiar, but basically on Skool, they rank every community in a specific category, and they have like eight or nine different categories. In the health or in the self-improvement category, the competition on Skool is terrible. Like It's just non-existent at the end of the day. We have people making $2,000 a month and they're ranking in the, top 5 leaderboard. So what I'm saying is, if you guys are looking to use Skool as just a way to close more high ticket deals, that's easy. You don't even need to look at your competition for that, because all we're doing is driving traffic into the community and then converting them with live events and workshops. But if you guys want to compete in the Skool games, selling a $99 a month product, the Skool games is 3 months long. And I mean, you're competing with people doing 2,000. I don't think you guys would struggle making $2,000 in a month. So I'm just kind of speaking to the goals that Jack had listed out for me on our last call: to win the Skool games, very low competition compared to being in like the wealth or the finance space that I had to compete in. And then in terms of getting high ticket clients, I think it's a great idea because connections equals conversions. That's what I told Jack on our first call. And I think Skool is one of the best ways to do that, to continuously be putting yourself in front of that audience, continuously be capable of providing them value eventually over time, even though people who might not be willing to invest $6,500 right away, over time they will. And that's kind of how I see Skool. It's a nurturing vehicle. It's a conversion vehicle as well. Like, that's kind of how I see YouTube as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just slowly building trust over time.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, I've got a good question for Jaden. Really what I wanted was some clarity on what is done for you versus what we do. Like, just a real clear, like, understanding.
Sure. So the done for you components of our service always include the Skool community, like build out and optimization. So I'll show you guys an example. Basically, your free community, and then let's say you open up a low ticket paid community as well, has 3 main components. You have the community tab, the classroom tab, the calendar tab. So what we would do is go in and actually help you build out the skeleton of this community so that you can optimize for conversions. Like, with our free community, everything that we build inside the classroom section, inside the community section, and calendar section, it is all with the intentions of converting these free members into high ticket clients, the people that are paying us $5,000 plus. So we would basically go in, and the done for you component is building out the structure, building out the automated onboarding, building out the free training, building out the testimonials module, and then helping you guys actually, create these live events. What you would be doing, this is like the done, like, I guess, not do it yourself, it's more like done with you component of it. But the information that's inside of the community, clearly I can't just pull out of my ass. Like, I need to ask you guys for specific information, specific like value, because I'm not an expert in your industry. And then when it comes to the actual workshops, the presentations, for example, like my community accelerator workshop, if we were to help you guys build out a workshop, we have the actual framework in place, but the information that you guys would be providing and the actual workshop itself would have to be conducted by, I guess it would be Ben would be hosting the event, since you're the founder of the company. But yeah, the done for you is specifically helping you build out the actual community. You guys would have to help provide the information, of course, to fill in the gaps. And then we also place an appointment setter in your community. So basically, as you drive traffic into the community, we have somebody there to just internally start setting appointments so that you don't have to worry about it. They're just being booked on your calendar. Jack, kind of the same way we initially met, we would have someone in your community helping you do that as well. So you can get people who are interested in that high ticket offer on a call with ease.
Sweet.
Cool.
And so
That's awesome.
any other components besides the build out, the workshop outlines?
Yeah. I mean, this is sort of optional. I don't know if this is something you guys would be interested in, but Jack, I know you said you're like closing right now. We do offer high ticket closing. So like I said, our guarantee is a 200% ROI. Until we get you that 200% ROI, I'll actually take those sales calls for you. Like, we'll take sales calls for you if you need that additional support. Let's say you're booking too many calls and Jack, you can't take them all. We could study your offer and then actually conduct sales calls. And we do this for some of our clients. One of our clients, Mohammed Faison, we recently started doing this for him, and we're closing at 100% for every single qualified lead that comes in the door. We're selling a $3,000 program. So that's another component that's completely done for you, being able to take those sales calls. But again, some people, they don't need that.
Yeah, I think that it's definitely for the beginning. we wouldn't need any help with the sales calls because we do have a team that's built out as well, and we're working towards building them into closers. So if we do get a ton of appointments from this, we're going to want to pour into them and have them.
Yep.
We're going to help them help build the business internally. But that's a kick-ass offer on top of that if someone doesn't know sales.
It's one of the, I mean, for you guys, I don't think it's a problem. You guys are killing it. But yeah, most people just they don't know how to sell.
So Javen, so essentially what you do is like the done for you part is building out the Skool community and optimizing it so for conversion.
Exactly. And then the main way we make money for ourselves through Skool, selling high ticket offers, the main way we help our clients do that as well is with those live events, those live workshops. So minus the information that you would have to provide to me about your own business and your own offer, we would go in and actually build out those presentations and workshops for you as well so that you can start hosting those events. And that's like our main way of converting free members.
When you say that you build out the workshop, I'm not sure what you mean. Like you build out the graphics for it, or?
Sure. So for example, we run a 5-day workshop, and throughout the 5 days, we cover in sequential order what somebody would have to do to start a Skool community, right? And so for every single day, we have presentations and we have different information that we have to cover. But if I share my screen, I'll show you how we actually, like what I mean when I say like building out this presentation and structuring it for you. So we have, these are all a bunch of documents that we give our clients, but this one is on the webinar. So we basically have a process that goes into building out these presentations, and will help you basically build out your presentations with the exact same framework that we use ourselves. The only difference is obviously your information is going to be different than any of my other clients, and their information is different than yours. That's sort of why there's like a done with you aspect or component to it, because we can't just take everything under our belt and do it. But does that make sense? It's like we're helping you build the presentation in the workshop so that you never need to actually conduct it again. The whole point is to help you create an evergreen workshop that you can sell as a low ticket lead magnet. This is just how you're going to be able to filter out the people in your community who are not qualified for the $6,500 offer, and the people who are more on board, the people who are ready to at least take a step in that direction, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and we do this workshop, so essentially film it kind of like a webinar, and then from there we don't have to do it again. It's just replayable, or?
Exactly. I'll show you in my community. I've actually built this out, and I'm going to be giving this workshop away for free eventually. We're going to be hosting a new workshop next month. But as you can see, this was a live 5-day event. And after hosting it live for all the paid members, we charged like $47 or whatever to attend. And then we sold our $5,000 program on the back end. After we hosted it live, we put all the recordings inside of my classroom. And now people can just join our community and purchase it for $97 one time. We don't care about the $97 one time. We care about the fact that this lead is interested in investing in us. They trust in our services. They have a painful problem we can solve. And it's much easier to sell a $5,000 program to somebody who's invested $97 than somebody who's invested nothing. So that's kind of, that's what I mean by the live event and turning it evergreen.
Got you. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I understand that. I have a bunch of master classes that we can immediately put in there.
Awesome. Yeah, that would be great. And I think the information that you guys already have could easily be curated into an event. I think at your level and at your price point, there's no reason why we would just be doing like 1-day webinars. Yeah, those are fine, but I think the 5-day events are where you guys are really going to see the biggest difference in your business. That's like you see guys like Dan Henry. All he does is 5-day events, and that's how he makes all his money. He does $800K a month. So I think that's kind of where we would want you guys to be. Some people, like I have this one client, Jamil. He's a little younger. He started working with us beginning of this month. Last month, he made $3,000. It was his best month ever. Now, like 3 weeks into working with us, he's already collected $12K. That's just from live events. So, I mean, there are levels to it, but for you guys, I would just jump straight to the 3-day or 5-day events, because that's really how you build that trust. You spend multiple days with somebody. It's so hard for them to not be interested in that high ticket.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay.
That's awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
So, Jaden, I've also got another idea. Another question. I know you said that you'd help build out the free community and the paid community. And will you also help us with finding out what the difference is in optimizing that $99 offer, what it is we're giving away for free versus what we're charging for, as well as, like Ben said, we have those couple of different masterclasses he's already got recorded, figuring out how we can sell those in the free community and the paid community, and figuring out how we structure, like you said, those 4 offers, right? We have the free, we've got the 99, we've got like something like 1,000, and then we've got the high ticket offer. So you can help us structure that and figure out how we can plug and play it in each
Absolutely.
place.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man, like I said, we've built the systems, we've built the SOPs over the last year of being on Skool, and so everything's kind of ready for you. We just have to apply it to your specific situation in business. So even when it comes down to your offers and how are we going to differentiate the free community from the $99 a month offer, from the $6,500 offer? What's the difference, and why the fuck would somebody pay $6,500 if they already paid $99, right? So we would basically map out all the deliverables as well as the pricing and really show people the ascension system. Like, hey, in the free community, this is exactly what you're getting. The free community, honestly, is like a conversion vehicle. You're not giving much information away in the free community. It's like a CRM almost, but a CRM which you can continuously make points of contact with these members inside of. And then the paid community, the $99 a month, it's a lead magnet, right? Like, you're going to be solving for a painful problem, but the whole point is to solve enough problems for them to just be ready to join that high ticket. They're not exactly where they want to be yet, but they're in a position now where they're ready to invest into the final program. See, when we first started our community, we had the free community, we had a $500 offer, and then we had our done for you agency services where we would run their ads, build out a funnel for them, install a voice agent into their business. And the way we sold it was, hey, we only have one offer. We have our main high ticket offer, right? So you guys would sell it as, hey, we have our $6,500 offer, and
Yeah.
this is what we sell. But if you genuinely cannot invest $6,500 or you're just not qualified yet, we've created something smaller. We've taken the information, the processes we run these clients through in the $6,500 program, and we've put it into a $99 a month community. So instead of me running these processes for you, you can do it yourself by going through the information. That would really be the main differentiating factor between the low ticket and the high ticket, because, people will pay 99 bucks and all right, it's up to you to succeed. But some rather just pay the 6,500 and guarantee the success, because I assume you guys would be directly working inside of their business. It would be a much more personalized one-on-one experience, right?
Mm.
Yeah, so I think that would probably be how we do it. To charge 6,500, I mean, one-on-one access to you guys alone would be enough. Like, the difference between my free community, my low ticket workshop, and then my one-on-one program is, yes, I offer some done for you aspects, but the main thing is that until you see a 200% ROI, I'm showing up every single day and I'm giving you my one-on-one time. I think that's the most valuable aspect of the service. And if you guys position your service that way, nobody's going to have a problem at all.
So we do have
Yeah.
a couple other team members as well, Javen, and I think that, and I'm not sure, Ben, if things have changed over the last couple of days, but excuse me. I think that Ben's main thing here is, like, we want to dive into this, we want to make this really big, but also Ben doesn't want to lose all of his time freedom,
Oh,
right?
yeah, of
And
course.
so I'm wondering of how we can get this started with Ben, having Ben host the live calls, having Ben do the workshops, and then also transitioning into having me get on some of those live calls. Also, our coach Joe, coach Alex, if we want to get them to start training people in the school. And Ben, I know we hadn't talked about this before, but what do you think about getting them on board with this? Like, maybe that 5-day event is, one day with me, one day with Joe, one day with Alex, a couple days with you, or something like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm just thinking in terms of scalability. It's not a super landing with me right now. That being said, yeah, does that make sense, Javen? Like, in terms of scalability, like, for me to need to be there, or for us to hire out like additional help and support, like, you know what I mean, without really understanding the numbers and like, because if I'm employing someone to do a master class, right? Because yeah, the time freedom is important for sure. Because I'm busy doing all kinds of other things in the business.
Right.
I mean, just yeah,
That makes sense. I'm
not
trying to.
knowing the ROI. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. What would you have to hire people for though? Like, I used to have a business partner, and now, I mean, like, I have 2 or 3 appointment setters, and that's it. I mean, I do everything myself, and I'm not working all day every day. I understand what you mean. Like, it might not be that scalable.
But you're
But
just doing school, correct?
yeah. I mean, what would you rather focus your time doing, and then what do you think wouldn't be scalable for you? Because we can try to figure out a way around that. The only thing that you would really need to make an emphasis on completing would be those workshops, because that's how you're closing the high ticket clients. Now, I'm not exactly sure what goes into delivering for those high ticket clients, and if that takes too much time, like if we send you guys too many high ticket clients, is that not scalable, or what about the business do you see as not being scalable long term?
No, it is scalable. I to be on like 5-day challenges and live workshop calls all the time.
Mm.
Um, yeah, that definitely doesn't resonate. I mean, that
But I
definitely
mean,
doesn't.
Ben, but also if you were able to host a couple of free calls and that leads to 3 new paid clients, it's 15
Yeah,
grand.
that would be totally fine.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, that's very
well,
optimistic, and I'm
I,
hopeful for something like that, you know?
the webinar that Austin did was the only reason we started working with him.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I've done free trainings in the past.
Ben, we could also put together this workshop, and like I said, the goal would be to evergreen it so you don't have to do these events.
Right.
It would be pre-recorded. And also, like, this is of course a decision that you guys would have to make as, the business, and
Hmm.
it's up to you. But you guys could position yourselves as a team rather than just relying on Ben to be the face of the company or the main man. I mean, nobody's gonna think it's weird if Jack were to host an event, or if Jack were to take a live call, or if Jack were to do a workshop, or anybody else on your team. And again, it wouldn't be like you're doing them every week. I mean, you wouldn't even have to do them every month if you evergreened it. You would just have to have that automated onboarding process in the free community, which we set up for you. And every time a free community member comes in, let's say they join after that initial 5-day event has already been hosted live, you just get them to purchase the event and watch the recording. It wouldn't actually cost any time out of your life. And when it comes to the $99 a month community, there would be no time at all that you would have to invest, because you could give them like 1 or 2 calls a week, and then it's just training content, right? With the high
You need
ticket,
pre-recorded
yeah,
pre-recorded training content.
exactly. There's work up front that has to be done, but that's the Skool community model. But once the work is done and things are put in place, there actually isn't as much work as you may think.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Yeah, so my thing, Jack, is I'd be happy to do that upfront work and like, let's create this 5-day training,
Yeah,
let's do this other stuff, but then I really want you to be like leading the charge
yeah,
on it.
yeah,
Um,
and that's
because
aligned with me.
yeah, because like the intention for me is to slowly exit my face being the everything around this company.
All right.
Like I definitely feel that, and I want to delegate to you guys to empower you guys and for y'all to make a lot of money. Like that's my goal,
Mhm.
right? And I know companies that are doing that, but it's definitely hard until you reach a certain level. Our goal is to get to 150, 200K a month, or between 150 and 250K a month, Javin. Um, I think that this could be very helpful. And I could see a lot of different ways. Like, do you suggest routing pretty much everybody to the Skool community in terms of like it being a lead magnet, it being a way to collect emails? I'm going to set up a Zap today to where Skool emails, as they come in, they're going to go to our flow desk.
Mhm.
Um, another thing would be, creating short form content on IG and setting up a mini chat automation where people comment community and they're automatically routed to Skool.
Yeah.
Um, I'm planning on doing that all today. And so I just wanted to get your input on that.
Yeah, well, I think Zapier and ManyChat, that's awesome. We have Zapier set up and integrated into our free community. It's a great way to just streamline lead generation and the information that you're capturing from every single person that joins your community. There's a lot you can do with Zapier. I know that you can also unlock certain modules, certain aspects of your community through Zapier completely on autopilot. So it does add a new level of leverage. It makes things, a little bit easier. And then ManyChat and Instagram Reels, I mean, come on, that's a strategy that works for any business. You post content, you give a simple call to action, you send them to the DM. So
I think people want to join communities right now too. That's what me and Jack are really noticing, is just people aren't really interested in like just doing, like, the age of COVID is over. Everybody wants to hang out with people. Everybody wants to be a part of something bigger than them. Everybody wants to integrate into a community. And I think that this is going to be really great because it centralizes people away from like the website and like this and that, and maybe download the lead magnet, maybe reach out and book a call with us, but it brings them to a community to where they can be engaged, they can be connected, they can be blah, 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 blah. And it collects their information, it gets it off of social media. And, it's just a way to nurture leads. And it seems like a better way to nurture leads than like YouTube.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
You can message everybody directly.
And then everything can be posted, like cross-posted, right, Ben? So when you do post a masterclass, like a free masterclass in the Skool community, you also post that on YouTube for free.
Yeah.
And in that video, there's a call to action. Hey, if you're watching this on YouTube, go check out our Skool community because there's a lot more videos like this, but they're only on the Skool community. Right. And then I have a ton of ideas, Ben, and I thought you were going to get super excited about this. Like, I hope because we're hitting such a broad audience here, we don't have to only focus on helping people with breath work or with healing, but it's helping any wellness entrepreneur anywhere make more money in their business. Because like Javen said, if we help them make more money, they're going to come and spend that money with us. If we help them make
even
money,
if we teach them how to run retreats, I mean, like, if we can do like a 5-day retreat hosting masterclass like that.
There's guys like Bezos Kelly, and maybe it's not specifically breathwork, but he runs these retreats and make like $6 million in a day. So I'm sure you can help people make at least $6,000, and then that would be enough, push them over the edge for the high ticket.
Sure.
Yeah, I've even got things like music creation guide, Ben, because I know you love playing music, like just getting in front of the camera and showing people how you mix music for ceremonies or how to host a sacred ceremony. Like, what about business security, like payment processing? Link up Giorgio. Show them exactly how we do payment processing.
We already have master classes built out for all this, so I'm curious if I could just film like a call to action at the end and just connect it to the end of the master class. If you think that would be the move, Javen.
If the master classes are already produced and obviously it's valuable information that makes sense, I don't see why it wouldn't be able to work. I would definitely want to take a look at it though. But I mean, Ben, the biggest thing, like, I see what you're saying, and I understand, obviously. You're at the point now where you do want to scale, but you want to step back from the business and not spend as much time inside. Really, you could pull it off, and it could work extremely well, but you have to start, like, inside of the community, making an emphasis on your team. People need to know Jack. People need to know everyone else that's a part of this. Eventually, they might not even know Ben. Somebody might join the community and know Jack before they know Ben. And if we can position it that way, if we can position the community in a way where it's not just one person running the show, it's 4 or 5 guys that you can go to, then I think you could achieve that goal of being able to build the community, being able to convert these members into high ticket clients, and not having to spend every day inside Skool. Because I mean, if you don't do it, I mean, someone else can. It doesn't have to be you.
Well, yeah, I think, and Jack, my question for you is, do you feel like you have the bandwidth with, say we start getting, because the emails are going out, we're starting to get a lot of responses from there, we're cranking up the Instagram ads at $250 a day, like the closing calls are about to get filled up on the calendar.
For sure. But there's no reason why I can't dedicate, an hour or two towards this every single day. There's just nothing that's,
All right. And Javen, how long is the cohort? Or how long do we work with you when we start?
So
3 months?
Normally it's like 3 to 6 months, but our guarantee is we continue working together until you get a 200% ROI. So it's $5,000. We continue working together until you make 10,000. And then if you'd like to continue afterwards, we just, we hop on a call and negotiate some sort of monthly retainer.
Got you. What do those monthly retainers typically look like?
Between 1 to 2K right now. That's it.
Okay. And with the 200% return, so it's at least 3 months, is what you're saying? At least 3 months of coaching?
It's going to be minimum 3 to 6 months. I mean, if you guys want me to lock you in for 6 months, I'm going to be honest. Not every client I work with is already doing 50 to 100K with goals of getting to $250,000. So I'm very open to this. Like, I see a lot of opportunity here. And so if you do want to lock in, hey, we do 6 months, I guarantee you get a 200% ROI. I'm open to making that happen. It just
Okay,
depends on how soon you guys want to start.
awesome. And then with the guaranteed 200% ROI, is that with high ticket sales as well, or just subscription?
It would be subscriptions and high ticket sales. Like I was telling Jack, it'd be helping you guys close 2 clients and we're in the door.
Yeah. I mean, I have no doubt that we're going to be able to close 2 clients,
Yeah.
hopefully, within 3 to 6 months.
So I guess, Javen,
I would hope.
I thought about this too, Javen, earlier, and I kind of know that you're helping people more who are at 0, looking to go to 10 or going to 30K per month. And since we're already in this position, we're already making about 50 and we want to go to 250. I think this would be probably the best testimonial you could ever have, is like leveling you up as a business owner as well, of like, hey, I help these guys go from 50K to $250,000 is a lot
Oh yeah.
more impactful than
Yeah.
0 to 30. And so I was thinking, like, with that in mind, I mean, the 200% ROI is awesome, but also like we can close 2 deals and then you could say, okay, we got you there. See you later. And I think we're going to want to continue to work with you. And I think there's going to be a lot of benefit on both ends. If we can really build this out fully and completely, I think that's more important than the ROI, because I think the ROI is going to be there. But it's like, can we get this fully and completely built out? Like really give us everything that you know so that we can be as successful as we possibly can. And that's the most important piece.
I agree. I don't think that $12,000 is not changing any of our lives. And I have some clients that are 30, 40, 50K a month. Only like a handful. Those are the guys that obviously do the best. Like one of my clients, Anthony Isles, and his brother Daniel Isles. Daniel Isles does $1 million a month, right? It's a completely different game compared to me trying to help somebody make their first 10K. So yeah, I agree. I mean, we can still have that return on investment guarantee there because this is just how we operate, but we can lock in minimum 6 months. In 6 months, I can't see how we wouldn't be at that 200,000 mark, because you guys are going to be building the business too. It's not like, it's a one-sided thing here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then you said that we would have a one-on-one call. Is that once a week? That's 1 hour long, once a week, 30 minutes?
No, it's 60 minutes once per week minimum. But normally, because the first like 30 days is usually like we're building the. So if you want to hop on multiple calls per week, I always try to make a point to get that done, because if you do need to speak more than once a week, I'm not just gonna say, hey, fuck off. It's just it doesn't work.
Yeah. Cool.
But yeah, one per week minimum.
I did go through your community yesterday and I was looking at it, and I can really tell, based off our first conversation as well as the posts in the community, that client success and client results is like your number one thing. And that's what we're all about too. So I really like that and resonate with that deeply.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, your business will fail if you don't get results. I think that's where most people in the online space go wrong. They think the end game is getting the client, but that's the start of everything. Once the client pays, now the relationship begins. So yeah, no, I appreciate you guys bringing that up.
Yeah.
Ben, you ready to go meet Alex Hormozy?
Yeah. Easy. Wait, all you have to do is win the Skool games and you meet Alex?
Yeah, he'll fly you to Las Vegas.
Is it in every niche?
Yeah, it's in LA now, but it's all expenses paid now. When I won, I had to pay for everything, but they pay for you guys now, so that's pretty cool.
But it's in your niche, is that right?
Yep. Here, I'll show you, Ben, real quick.
Show me who's at the top of our niche.
Let's make it happen.
Let's go get them.
It's probably Dan.
So it's not necessarily niches, it's by categories. So you see, this is the Skool games. The top 5 communities in each category win in all expenses.
Top 5
LA.
in each community? or in each category. Yeah,
In
I
each
see that.
category. Yep.
That's
So you
wild.
see, there's hobbies, music, money, spirituality, tech, health, sports, self-improvement, relationships. You guys can check what your community is under by going into the settings, but I assume it's going to be health or self-improvement. Now, health
What are
and
we looking at?
self-improvement, as you can see, we're already April 21st. We're in the second month, and or no. This is I think this is Q2 now. Yeah. So we're still in the first month, about to be in the second month
Oh, actually,
event, and they're at $2,000. I mean,
it looks like we are in money. I don't know how.
Money.
you're gonna probably
It'll switch us. It'll probably switch us.
yeah, you're gonna want to change that. I mean I know that you can contact Skool and just let them know like, hey, this isn't the
Hey,
category.
It's not about money. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So you said health. I see like 18K is number one, Hamza.
That's monthly recurring revenue. Yeah.
Okay, so that's with reoccurring revenue.
Exactly.
So the last 7 days, that green number, Ben, is how much recurring revenue he's earned in the last 7 days. So $6,600 recurring revenue in the last 7 days.
And so number 5 is at 2,400. That's crazy.
Keep in mind
Yeah.
though, I mean Hamza has like 3 million subscribers, so you know he's one of the big guys.
Yeah.
Who's Hamza?
Yeah, he's like some self-improvement dude. He like he targets younger kids that are just trying to find their way in life. Self-improvement content, stuff like that.
Cool.
But yeah, man, in terms of like competing for the school games, you can only charge up to $99 a month to qualify. So your low ticket community will be how you guys win. The competitions are 3 months. We're working together for minimum 6 months. So my idea is since this event, this school games event is already almost a month in, you guys are at a disadvantage. We could take the next 2 months to prepare and fucking crush it over the next event. Q3, you guys could easily win, and then you're out to Vegas. I think it also builds so much credibility and authority. If you have a community on Skool, it will never not help to meet the founders of the company. That's kind of why I decided to push for the school games, because I'm going to help somebody build a community. You're telling me I'm not going to win the games. It's almost a
It builds
responsibility.
it's a ton of credibility. I
Yeah,
mean,
especially
every time I see a picture with you with Alex, I'm like, oh, this guy's the shit.
well, we worked hard for it, man. It was a rough
Yeah.
60 days.
Yeah. I seen you in a YouTube video like a long time ago when you were at the school game sitting at
Oh,
the
really?
table, like you just flashing on camera a couple times before I ever saw your community, and then I joined your free community about 6 months ago. And like I was telling Ben, I've literally just been seeing your emails for 6 months and like seeing all the stuff you talk about, and like I haven't really clicked on very many of them, but it has like led me to this call right here.
I
Mhm.
appreciate that, man. Yeah, it's consistency. Just got to keep pushing.
Yeah. And then Khalid had like 4 setters reach out, but Khalid was the first one who sent a Loom video. Gotta jot that down, Javen. That Loom video is the only reason why.
We just retrained our guys on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That worked really good. It was,
Nice, man. Happy to hear that.
Yeah. Loom videos #1.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think Hermosi was saying this. I was watching a video last night actually, because I have 2 friends that are coming out to Thailand with me, and they just recently, like, one dropped out of school, one quit his job. They're both like working on the entrepreneurship stuff full time, and you know, Hermosi, I was showing them a video last night, and Hermosi was saying, do the unscalable. Reach out to people and provide so much value for free that they feel uncomfortable, and at least take that second step, because people think it's a waste of time, and it's like, oh, I risk giving away a bunch of information for nothing in return. Yeah, but you also open up more opportunity for yourself, and that's kind of like the ideology or the thought process behind those looms. Just take it another level further. Just be more valuable, because I mean, people are going to judge your paid value based off your free value.
Yeah.
Solid. All right. Cool. I'm into it.
Awesome, guys. So do we want to get this started and just get going?
I want to get it started today.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's why I woke up. That's why I woke up early.
Yeah,
let's get it started. Javen, if you can send a Stripe link that has access to Klarna and
I have
Affirm.
here. I'll share my screen real quick. We use fan basis, but we are connected with all the different types of financing options. Like we have Klarna right here.
Okay.
We
And
have
Jack, you and I will talk about this after we hop off the phone.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, shoot that link over, Javen, to both Jack and I, and we'll work on getting it set up today. That way we can get rocking.
sure, yeah, no worries. I just dropped it in the Google Meets. Just let me know when you guys save that so I don't end the call and you lose it.
Save it,
Yeah,
Jack.
and then David, do you have time today, or how booked up are you if we do get started with this today? Are we going to be you and me, Ben, hop on a 101, go through what you need as far as information to get started with this?
Yeah, so if you guys want, I mean, it depends because I usually work pretty late. I have availability from around like 6:30 to 7.
Eastern.
That's like a half an hour. I have 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock p.m. EST open, and then anytime after 10 p.m. EST, I'm free as well.
Okay. Well, it's up to you, man. I mean, ultimately, you choose your hours, right? So, me and Ben will have that conversation. We're gonna figure out how we're gonna, how we're gonna move forward with this. I think we're gonna split the investment, but that's just what we're talking about. Me and Ben did this recently with sales coach too. Just split it because I'm benefiting. He's benefiting. I like to invest in myself. So, yeah, man. I think
Cool.
we're in.
No, absolutely. I mean, like you guys said, it would be great for me as well if we help you guys crush this. So I am really interested in making this work. But just keep me updated. I mean, Jack or Ben, if you guys need anything, probably best place is just text me on Skool.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Cool.
Help us win the school
Sounds good.
games, bro. We'll blow you up.
Oh, it's inevitable. Let's do it.
I got a big community of people that are starting businesses too. So, I mean, if this is tremendously helpful, I'll definitely be putting them with you.
Absolutely. I mean, helping you guys win the school games, I'm going to be honest, it's probably going to be easier than helping you guys close those high ticket sales. Not that closing the high ticket sales is going to be extremely difficult, but it's just we won the games and I kind of have a pretty good idea of how to go about it because you guys have 3 months now. Like it's every quarter, so
Yeah.
shouldn't be an issue.
Cool,
Sweet.
bro.
Well, if we started today, we'll see Alex in a couple months. We don't need that extra month. That was just
No,
whatever.
we don't.
We'll just throw it in the trash. Do it
Yeah.
in 2 instead of 3.
Let's do it, man.
Not worried about it.
All right, cool.
All right,
Well,
bro.
I'll talk to you guys soon. Just let me know. All right.
Hey, Jamin, thank you.
Thanks, man.
Bye.
Peace, brother.
Peace.
Hey, we just stay in here. He's
Yeah,
got his note
I gotta hop on a team call, brother.
Okay. Okay.
All right,
We'll
I'll
talk.
call you after.
Okay. Peace.
Bye.